Hello everyone, this is Berg Productions here with a controversial video explaining the difference between a panhandler and a real homeless guy. For some people, it's very easy to tell one from the other. For other people, they do not know what to do in a situation. Well, I'm making a video to educate you folks on the do's and don'ts in regards to these people. Before I get to the point, I do want to bring up the facts. It's no secret that poverty is on the rise in America and a good chunk of Americans are living below the poverty line. It's also no secret that jobs are becoming scarce due to the healthcare and unions causing jobs to be outsourced. Outsourcing jobs is the main cause of poverty in America. What is the secondary cause of poverty? People in general being irresponsible. If someone has a job and blows their money on gambling, drinking, or experimenting with methamphetamine, it's on them. It's even worse when gamblers, alcoholics, and meth addicts have kids to raise. For those that have lost everything legitimately and lived on the streets due to being irresponsible, I hope they learn from their experiences and seek help. As for people that lost their jobs and haven't been able to work, never stop fighting to find work. At some point, there will be a person kind enough to help those legit homeless people get enough work to get those people back on their feet. I will also give legit homeless people credit for trying to get themselves some food and get themselves some clothes. It's sad when homeless people are constantly shunned by cheap people that spend their money on a 24-pack of beer while people wearing clothes that are dirty, sweat-stained, and blood-stained can't even get a meal. If someone is on the street begging for food, put a few dollars aside from your budget and get those people some food. You don't have to give them money. If they are legitimately needy, give them food. I don't care if it's a double quarter pounder with cheese or a beef salad at McDonald's or a box of pizza from Pizza Hut. Give the homeless something to eat. Now, if you do come across some people that are begging for money and their clothes are not as worn down or sweat-stained as the legit homeless people, you better be careful. The rise of panhandling in America is astonishing. People are taking home $100 to $400 a day. Some panhandlers are making $60,000 to $120,000 a year, and they are getting free food, free cigarettes, and free beer. On top of that, all the income that panhandlers are getting due to the scumbag tactics is not being taxed. I personally find this insulting rather than honoring the principle of working a job. For the atheists that are watching, I know you will not like what I have to say here, but in 2 Thessalonians 3:10 of the King James Version of the Holy Bible, it says, "For even when we were, thus we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat." This means we must work for what we want, even if we do not like working the job we were hired for. That's how it is. People work. They get frustrated, but at the end of the day, they come home and get themselves something to eat. I do outdoor work, I have a job, and I work hard making YouTube videos. I don't do raw, unedited videos like Undertaker Freak 1127, but my videos can take up to 2 hours to script and research, and another 1 to 3 hours to edit everything. My job is stocking groceries, cleaning up the parking lot, cleaning up the gas pumps weekly, taking out the garbage, and making sure that cold drinks are stocked. I do this daily at my job. I also have been working the garden because it's autumn and it's time to plant green vegetables as well as colorful tubers like turnips, beets, and radishes. Those are the examples of the kind of work that I do. As for panhandlers, they'll beg for money either until the day is over or until the cops start asking questions. This is one of the few times I respect law enforcers, when they crack down on lazy people that are capable of taking good care of themselves elsewhere. Panhandling isn't just a way of life for a bunch of lazy people that have no self-respect. It's an art for them. They'll use any type of tactic imaginable to get $100 to $500 a day in tax-free money. Now let's go back to the legitimately homeless. Not all of them will have a sign with them when they are living on the streets. Some of them may have a change cup, but they know how not to pester people. How can you tell a legitimately homeless person from a panhandler? Number one, real homeless men have beards. There's no place for them to shave. They don't have the money for a razor blade. Number 2, the homeless wear worn-out clothes that are dirty and sweat-stained. Number 3, they smell terrible. Number 4, some of them will have signs saying they'll work for food or work any type of job to get back on their feet. These are the people you need to look for if you consider yourself a charitable individual. As for panhandlers, anybody can spot these people from a mile away. They are the ones that will disrupt traffic, stand on the major street corners, and ask for money. How do you tell a panhandler from a homeless person? Number 1, they are clean-shaven. Number 2, their clothes are not worn out, dirty, nor sweat-stained. Number 3, they only want money. They don't care about food. Number 4, they'll be aggressive when they ask for money, so don't give them anything. Number 5, they'll be unappreciative if you give them food or a cup of coffee. There are numerous videos on YouTube exposing panhandlers. This is the reason why homeless people never truly get the help, because they want something that the panhandlers don't care about. Food, a sustainable job, a roof over their head. If the homeless learned from their recklessness, they'll know how to get it right. If anyone out there is concerned about the homeless and want to help out, find out where your local homeless shelter is, ask some questions, and read the reviews. If your local homeless shelter has a good reputation and is reliable, donate to that and get those homeless people off the street. Give them food. Give them guidance. Teach them about Jesus and how to serve Him. Homeless shelters aren't just a place where people can sleep in cold and stormy weather. They can also provide homeless people fresh clothes, a shower, and activities to help them better their lives. The other thing you can do is find the nearest soup kitchen and do the following. You can either donate to your local soup kitchen so the supplies can keep up with the demand, or you can volunteer and feed the homeless yourself. For the homeless that served in the United States Armed Forces, fought in a war, got discharged, and fell on hard times due to companies not hiring, there are charities to help those people out. Unlike Wounded Warrior Project, it's usually best to ask veteran charities for proper documentation and ask questions regarding the reputation of the charity. If these charities are honest and they answer questions professionally, then it's up for you to decide. Remember, veterans do not get work right away. Some of them will get work and then get fired quickly. Many of them are not considered, while people with bad work ethics get hired. I find that hypocritical and insulting that companies would do this to the people that fought for the freedom of this country. So if you want to donate to help the veterans, use your better judgment. Remember, folks, we can do a lot for ourselves and for our families, but we also must help the war veterans and the homeless at some point down the road. Do not support panhandlers. All they do is buy stuff they do not need. Buy beer, buy drugs, and other stuff that people should work hard for. For anyone that is panhandling, I have a message for you. Knock it off. One day, certain towns will outlaw panhandling, and guess what? If you continue panhandling, you will go to jail for it. Do us all hard-working American people a favor and grow up. Get off drugs, grow up, and get jobs. We shouldn't have to give money to a bunch of irresponsible people that will not conform to getting a job for sustainable income. That is pretty much what I want to say. To recap, homeless people wear worn-out clothes, they look terrible, they are hungry, and they smell. Panhandlers, on the other hand, wear decent clothes, look somewhat clean, and ask for money. If you want to help out the homeless, donate to a charity or volunteer at your local soup kitchen. You could try to take in a homeless person if you want. I personally would not do that in fear of weapons or drugs on them. You never know. The other thing you can do is donate to your local food bank. Not only can they keep the soup kitchen stocked, but donating to your local food bank could also feed the struggling families that are denied government service. I've donated money to my local food bank several times because I know how hungry people in America are. Don't take a charity at their word. Ask questions first. Anyway, this is Burke Productions with a video explaining the differences of panhandlers and homeless people. Thank you and good day.